Hello, beautiful people. It's Serena from ArchAngel Connection, and we are doing our Angel Sciences show today. So this one, we're going to be talking about randomness and order. So we're going to do a little experiment with my nieces and talk a little bit about random and ordered. And then after that, we're going to have a chat about the metaphysical properties, or some, that correspond with randomness and order. So enjoy the experiment, and we'll talk to you soon. Hello, it's Serena from ArchAngel Connection, and we are doing our Angel Sciences show today. I have my lovely nieces as our demonstrators. Today's demonstration is going to be random or ordered. So, random or ordered. Now, I have a bunch of these glass beads, the white ones and blue ones, I think black, whatever you want to call these. Now, when I spill purple, okay, I accept that. When I spill them out onto the table, we're going to spill out a bunch of them. Just a bunch.
Oh my
there.
gosh.
Now,
that was a lot of them.
right?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is split them up, and one young lady is going to do random, and one young lady is going to do ordered. So just take a few moments, and we're going to have a little chat about this. There. So you go ahead and just make a display of random and a display of ordered. Okay. The point of something being random means that there's no discernible pattern, essentially. That's what we're talking about.
So, like...
No. So it could be anything. So you just make this nice and random, put them all nice and flat, and there'll be a nice random display. Our order display suggests that there is a very obvious discernible pattern, and that's what it is we're looking to do. What's always, in my opinion, interesting is that ordered will always look ordered. Most people will see the pattern right away. Now, it kind of depends on what the product is. Where's your random display? Oh, you're making it. Good. It kind of depends what the product is or what the intended pattern is as to see how you would define something as ordered, okay? When we go random, the intention is not to have an order, not to have a pattern that's discernible, but sometimes it shows up anyway. And that's always fun and interesting. Okay, ladies, just stop for a moment. Let's take a look here. So, misordered. Now it seems, it's pretty obvious, would you say, Zara, that there's a strong pattern here going on with Aviva's?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a very strong pattern. To me, that's very ordered. Now, but if you wanted to fight, if you wanted to argue and say that maybe this could also be considered random, we might be talking about the size of the different pieces. They're not exactly ordered. They're not perfectly patterned. There's a whole bunch of options, right?
Hey, I was going by color.
No, beautiful. And when we look at the random over here, maybe there's no discernible pattern, but if I look really hard, I can see that there's certain clumping and certain patterns are starting to emerge, even though the intention is to be random. So that's what we're trying to show here, random and ordered. Now we're going to talk about the metaphysical, interesting aspects of these two little topics right away. Right after we stop with our two ladies here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon about the metaphysical aspect of random and ordered.
Bye.
Thank you. So what'd you think about that one? I love working with my nieces. They're so cute. Very eager to talk about random and ordered, and it's no surprise who chose ordered and who chose random in that little experiment. So that was just a visual. You, again, we're not here to teach you a science class. We're not. We're here to remind you of some principles, scientific principles, and then talk about corresponding metaphysical principles. So, randomness and order. When things are random, there's supposed to be no intention to them. They're supposed to be. You look hard enough, you will find intention. And ordered, there's supposed to be a very strict intention, a plan. There are limits, boundaries. And yet, look hard enough and you will see randomness. So, I have my little chaos is order, order is chaos, just true. So for those of you who don't know much about me, that's cool. My first degree, I only have one degree, I have other certificates and stuff, but my degree is a science degree. It's botany, chemistry sort of thing. Whatever. The point is, I took some major science courses in university, right? It was always so interesting to me when somebody would present their results of a science experiment. Okay, great. Because when they would try to account for the factors, because science is, scientific method anyway, is I perform an experiment, I tell you all the parameters I considered when I was doing whatever measurement I was doing, and then because I wrote all that down in my paper, you can take that information and repeat it. Again, considering all the parameters that I considered. So let's say we did that randomness experiment with the little beads. And I just, obviously that's a very simple experiment, but there you go. And then you go ahead and try to repeat it. The truth of the matter is, no matter how incredibly clear and specific my instructions are in my original experiment, you will never get exactly the same results. Never. It depends how much actual focus you put on the measurements. Here's what I mean. So let's say, we'll go even simpler. We have an apple, right? I'm going to measure the apple. The apple, when measured on whatever, this scale is 3.3? Okay, sure. 3.5 grams. That's a really small apple. Anyways, I'm just randomly picking something. 3.5 grams. So that's what we start with. 3.5 grams. And then we add half a cup of caramel sauce onto the apple. We dip the apple in one time. We let it dry in the air. And then we weigh it again. And now the apple weighs 3.75. So the suggestion is, under these temperature conditions, at the right consistency of the caramel, using this kind of apple, blah, 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 as many details as I can think of. You, if I do this in Canada and you're in Sweden, and you go, okay, I'm going to start with an apple that's 3.5 grams. I'm going to make the caramel syrup exactly the same way. And then I'm going to hold my apple, I'm going to dunk it, and see if I can repeat it. If I measure it again, it's going to be 3.75 grams. And maybe it will be 3.75 grams, but that's dependent on how we measure, right? So if instead you said, well, 3.75 grams, I'm rounding. I got to round because there's how many more decimal places possible on your scale. Maybe your scale's from 1950 and only goes to 2 decimal places. Maybe your scale goes to 100 decimal places. Will you exactly replicate? No. You never will. What does that mean? Every single moment in time is new. Everything is new, and everything depends on your perspective and how you choose to look at something. Is this good enough for you? And that's okay. It's okay if something's good enough for you. Yeah, that's good enough. Absolutely. Like, you're putting on your makeup and it's like, good enough. There, I'm done. I'm out of here. Is it perfect? Who knows? For me, I'm a whole bunch of who cares. I'm much more in the, it's very funny because I always tried to be very ordered. I tried to follow those rules. The harder I tried, the more randomness kept coming at me and coming at me. You know what I'm talking about. The harder you try to stick to the rules, the more the randomness comes at you and irritates you. The more you try to run by the seat of your pants, that would be my sister comparatively, right? The more you start to find that there's comfort in order. There's comfort in randomness. There's comfort wherever you look at it. It all depends on how you look. What parameters are important to you? So when we talk about this, we talk about relationships, for example. You meet people and they're like, oh, I've been married for 20 years, like that's some sort of major coup, some sort of accomplishment. It is an accomplishment to be with somebody for 20 years and grow with them and be happy with them and share things back and forth. But most of those people that you're talking to are just like, woohoo, achievement, I did this strict rule thing and stayed within those parameters. Are you happy? Is the other person happy? Did you do all the things you wanted to do together? Did you do them separately and still, support each other? How did that work out? Everything you look at, it's a matter of opinion and what your parameters are. What's important to you? How does it fit? Somebody will look at your artwork and say, yes, that is the thing that makes my heart sing. Congratulations, I love that piece of art. I'm buying that piece of art. Somebody else will look at that piece of art and go, my 5-year-old could do better than that. You're outside of the lines over here, and this is all bent, crooked, etc., etc. Everything is a matter of opinion. Everything. The harder you try to force something into order, the more you realize how much chaos there is. The more you try to embrace the chaos, the more you realize some things need to be ordered so that we can survive together in this lovely community, wherever your community is. It's all a matter of opinion. So, going with the flow, recognizing that chaos and order both exist at the same time everywhere. That's the key. That's what you're looking to understand. That you have both things at the same time. Everything's happening at the same time, and every moment is new. Can you plan for the next moment? You can do your best to prepare for it. But you never know because there's all these other parameters. You do not live alone in a vacuum. You live with the rest of us. All of us are here together. And my influence is going to be an effect on you. The way I drive is going to affect the way you respond in your vehicle over there, or how the bus driver responds, even if you're not driving. You understand? We're all interconnected. And no matter how hard you try to do things one way, most of the time you're going to have all these other factors. So what's the plan? What do you do? How do you get part of the flow? You make sure that you're as prepared as possible. And by being prepared, what I mean is you should feel strong. You should feel happy. You should be doing the things that make you feel loved, that make you want to share the love. Yes, I know I have the I love you on my chest. This is temporary tattoo because I do this course, Angelic Ho'oponopono, and the first step is I love you. The I love you is preparing yourself. I do this all the time. You're going to go to the Olympics and you're a dead weightlifter. You're going to grab the thing and you're going to lift it up and then push it up, right? That's what you're going to do. All right. You prepare. Besides all of the years of actual training you do, the moment before you reach down to grab the bar of the weight, you engage your core, you take a breath, you center yourself, you do all these things. Everything we do, you're preparing. You're getting yourself ready to go. That's an awesome thing. So metaphysically, it's the same deal. You want to be part of the joy and the love and the happiness. You want to move down your path. You can go forward. Absolutely. We all want you to do that too. I want to do that. I want you to do it too. You need to be ready to deal with whatever sort of comes your way, which means be part of the flow. And if something huge comes your way and kind of like stymies you and stops you, ask for help. Ask for help. Randomness is. Order is. It's all the same. It's a matter of opinion. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? How's your relationship? Good or bad? How's your job? Good or bad? way too simple. How do you feel today? Well, I'm fine. Fine is not an answer. That's not an answer. Sorry. How do you feel? You don't have to spend an hour figuring it out. I choose to measure how I feel, my physical body. I choose to tell you I feel good, strong, powerful, fantastic. I know that's how that's going to affect you. I know that it's going to affect you, generally in a positive way. I choose the parameters. I choose what to measure. You choose what to measure. That's an awesome thing. This is power. Everything, I don't feel like I have any power. What? You have all the power, all of it, because you get to decide what's going to be measured, what's important, what's not so important, and how to flow with the stuff that comes into your life. That chaos that makes you crazy and your friend is in the same boat, the same situation. They seem to be fine. How are you fine and I'm not? Because it's a matter of opinion as to what's ordered. What's chaos? What do you need? If you need some order, you find it in the chaos. If all you have is order, or like you're at school, everything's ordered, everything's planned, this is the way it's done, this is the way it's done, what do? You find a little chaos for yourself. We're always trying to balance these two things. Why? Because they must coexist. They do coexist, and it is your decision as to which is going to affect you more and how it affects you, right? Some people, the chaos, very distressing, but they'll look for order in it. Other people, the order is very distressing. They'll look for chaos in it. What you measure is up to you. How you feel is up to you. That's the energy. That's how it works. You decide. You have all the power. That's a beautiful thing to really understand. So thank you for watching our Angel Sciences today, and we're going to keep making them. And if you have any suggestions, by all means, let me know. For now, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.